Hi, I wanted to ask you, what made you want to do continuation of the series instead of a reboot?
Well, originally I had written a script back in '95 that was a continuation because it was supposed to have Arnold in it, so it was always designed to be a continuation. And that's what the studio brought back to me last year and said, we want to bring the series back. You can do what you want. You can make it a continuation, you can make it a reboot or whatever, just be involved somehow.
Yeah.
Do it in Austin, in your studio. And so we just decided to continue the story.
I have, my coworkers are big fans of Machete. When is that coming out?
That's September 4th.
Okay, awesome.
Really
Not a big technological person, but what were the challenges of this movie versus other ones that you have?
Well, that's a great question. Technical challenges this time. Robert was exec directing and producing, working with a new director, Nimród Antal, and just different directorial styles. From a movie standpoint, this is there's a lot of this is not like a traditional green screen film. There's a few shots like that, but we were working with a lot more particle simulations this time. Like you saw Bombas's death scene with the spikes and the poison flowers were all simulated, and so it was a heavy burden on the technology to do that. And the proof is, as they say, is in the eating. So Robert was able to finish the film on time. You saw the results. I hope you've seen the film today, and so we're very proud of it. And so I would have to. It's really about the minute calculations that went into this time, rather than traditional green screen positive. So,
what I'm more familiar with. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You to this film, Robert?
Predators. Robert, of course. Yeah. Robert, and I was also Nimród. Nimród worked at Troublemaker for a little while we were filming Machete, and I actually met him on my plane coming out to do Machete, and we talked for a bit. And Nimród is one of the sweetest guys and really normal and has a great vision, and so it's for Nimród too. Nimród is an amazing talent, and I'm really excited to see.
Have you not seen it yet?
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh wow, so you're gonna see it tonight.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Great things. Yeah.
Awesome. So you're gonna be in Machete also.
I'm in Machete as well.
Okay. Coworkers love that movie, so they're so excited for it to come out. So.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited for it.
So what part do you play in Machete?
I play Julio. I play one of Machete's right-hand cholos. So you'll be hearing lots of Mexican accents and all that cool stuff.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
Wow, that's just Thank you, Adrien. You're welcome.
I would love to if you have time. What made you? This is quite an arc from the pianist to Predators.
Yes.
What made you want to do this movie, a big action sci-fi movie?
That specifically, that
so different from
that it was such a different, both emotional and every element of it was so different from that, and from what the perception of what I'm able to do. And I'd been acting for many years prior to The Pianist. I have a very wide range of films, but somehow, and it's a credit to the film and how poignant that film is, that role has resonated with most people, and sometimes it's difficult to see outside of that. And I think it's very important for an actor to really push the envelope and do things that are challenging, that are unexpected, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot of convincing also to have the powers that be embrace that, because you haven't had an opportunity to do that. I know that I can do it. It doesn't mean that I'm going to garner that support. So, and I'm also a huge fan of Predator. I mean, it's something I would obviously love to do. So that's a side issue, but to kind of overcome the challenges of getting a role like this and doing it with grace and truth, try and portray a tragic military figure in a world that very aware of what military, what young men in the military look like, and try and bring all of those elements that I would to another kind of movie, to a film that is entertaining and hopefully a blockbuster.
Thank you very much. Okay, so how did you start writing this movie, or did you start from a base of another script? Or
it was sort of, I'd say, a combination of the two. Just strictly as a fan who isn't the Predator franchise, for years I kind of thought about and talked about working on this. Actually, there was a point in my career where I used to be an executive, so I worked for 20th Century Fox as a creative executive for a couple of years, back in '96 or '98. So, and I always wanted to reignite the Predator franchise, but it wasn't the right time. And then when I switched to writing, which is what I'm doing now, you kind of like, well, I really want to write a Predator movie, and you have all these ideas. And then there was sort of, fortuitously, there was a point in my career and the career of my writing partner, Mike Finch, that we just sold another big script to a Fox-based company. Literally 3 weeks later, Fox was sitting there saying, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Well, what do you have going on?" "Well, we're about to reignite Predator with Robert Briggs." Predator, we love Predator. We have so many ideas. What are they? Well, we start talking about it, and it sort of turns out that great minds think alike. One of the things we always wanted to do is take the Predator to the stars. It felt like Predator was, okay, so it's a different jungle, it's a concrete jungle, but let's go to other planets, let's go to strange new worlds, let's potentially meet other predators. The idea that we sort of always loved and were intrigued by is, what if up until now you've only met one tribe, one clan, and there are other species out there, potentially tribes and clans that are more advanced than the original Predator. Potentially, clans that don't have as much honor, that are more sort of technocratic, and effectively, they are what ninja are to the samurai, kind of the ultimate killers, the killers that prey upon them. So all this stuff was coming into play. So it was a combination of sort of taking some of the ideas that Robert had, and also bringing in a lot of our own, and kind of working with Robert to kind of create this whole other new entity, which is really nuts.
Yeah. So you were always in favor of a continuation, not a reboot.
Oh,
per se.
yeah, no. The word remake was never mentioned. What we wanted to do was a sequel that felt like an original. Something that honors the franchise, that honors the mythology. Somebody asked me earlier about the canon. We wanted to honor the canon, but also advance it. So it's not a retreat necessarily, but an advancement, and potentially a jump off point to even more stories being told in the Predator universe, if this movie is successful.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course. Awesome.
Thanks. Hi. Sarah Kaisak, Lost in Review.
Hi, Sarah. Nice to meet you guys.
Hi. Wanted to ask you, what...
There you are. Thank you.
As being your first really big, eagerly awaited for fanboys everywhere, and being a big budget, great, big movie, how did this compare to your other directorial experiences?
It was an interesting one. This was my third film that I have done within the studio system, but it was the first one where my producer was an actual filmmaker, and I think that a successful filmmaker who's proven himself over and over again, and having someone who is as intimate with the process as Robert was, it was the most freedom I've ever enjoyed on a Hollywood film ever. So it was a great experience for me, and people at Fox were wonderful too. They from the get-go knew that we were coming from a place of passion, and I think they believed in us, and they also gave us a lot of room. So it was a great process for me, and I'm ultimately very proud of what we ended up with.
Yeah. What about the cast? How did you get such a diverse cast together for this movie?
Bit by bit. It was one character at a time, and every time you cast someone, especially in an ensemble like this, you want to make certain that they're going to gel with the others, and there's going to be that energy that you need to make it special. I'm sweating again. I apologize.
Okay.
And having I'm sorry, I zoned out there for a second.
The cast.
The cast, yeah. So it was an awesome experience. When you're only as good as a filmmaker, you're really only as good as the people you surround yourself with. And I had a super cast. I had an awesome crew, beautiful cinematographer. The music is outstanding. I don't know. I'm very proud of it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.